So we're here for the class week 3.
Week 3.
Yes. So you can all join, and the best is to subscribe in the channel so you can watch whenever you're ready. Every week we are here.
Every week. Correct.
So let's start.
Yes. Okay. So to start this class, we will be here between the feet on the knees, and then we start with wide crew. So we do this as a moment now in which you are aware that you are helping someone. Then we warm up hands and heart, and we place hands below the joint. So at the feet, we want to press and push the feet forward, rocking the feet forward, 3 steps together on both feet, out to the joint of the big toe, and then back in until below the joint of the feet. Then after, we want to do kind of 1 foot at a time. So we want to rock the feet on 3 different levels, from the joint until the joint of the big toe, all the way out, 1, 2, 3, and then back to 2 and back to 1. Then we use the heel of the hand on karate hand, to do the pressure from the heel until below the knee. The pressure is at the calf muscle tissue beside the bone tibia, all the way up, walking with the palms until below the knee. At the knee, we never press the patella bone. We want to give pressure with the fingertip around beside patella, and under the pressure we do circles. After that, we go up and we apply pressure to the quadriceps, and we do 3 steps up, shorter steps all the way up to the top of the leg, and on the top of the leg we reverse all the steps down. So we go back 2 steps until 3 fingers above the knee. We get again the fingertip to apply pressure to the tissue around patella, and under the pressure we do circles. And then we do again the pressure with the side of the hand to the calf muscle tissue all the way down until the heel of the feet. And from the heel of the feet we want to do the 3 steps, rocking the feet forward, 1, 2, 3, going out to the joint of the big toe, and then back in to below the joint. Now we want to use the thumbs, the ball of the thumbs, to apply pressure to the soft tissue of the foot, to the sole. Fingers will be on the top of the foot, just 10% supporting. The pressure will be with the ball of the thumb to the tissue of the sole, and under the pressure we rock the feet forward. So we can do the pressure at different locations in this area of the sole, and under the pressure we do the rocking of the feet forward. So we can do 5 or 6 times pressure in 5 or 6 different locations on this area of the sole. Then we want to do again the palm press, walking the 3 steps of the feet, going out to the joint of the big toe, and then back in to the area below the joint. Now we get the feet up, so we get the top of the foot up. We get hands on the top of the foot, close to the joint, and then we push down to stretch from the top of the foot. 5 seconds, not too hard, pushing down when we are nearby the joint. Then we get the hands on the middle top of the foot, and we want to press down. This time we do like medium hard pressure down, and we hold 5 seconds. Then we get with the hand on the toes, and from here we can do a bit harder. We do a bit hard, and we hold 5 seconds. Then we get back to the middle, and then we do medium pressure, and then we get to below the joint, and we push down, not too hard, like soft. Then we open the feet again, and we do the rocking on the 3 steps, out from the joint of the feet to the joint of the toe, and then back in to the joint of the feet. Then we want to work at 1 leg at a time. So we bend the right hand side leg into 45 degrees, foot at the level of the knee, and you move yourself on front of the knee, close by to the knee of the bent leg. We get hands on butterfly, and we push down from 3 or 4 fingers from the knee. We want to push the upper leg down to the mat. The second time we can do a bit above, in the middle between the joints. And then the third time we can do here, very close to the upper joint. Then we get back to 2, to the middle. And then we get back to 1, 3 or 4 fingers from the knee joint. Then we change again ourselves to the center, to the starting point, and from the foot we open the leg into 90 degrees, and then we need to sit between the feet on the mat with the feet forward. Then we use one leg on the top of the straight leg to lock the leg on the mat, hand is at the foot, and then we focus on the bent leg with outside foot behind the knee. We want to push the knee up to the down to the mat and up to the shoulder. So we push down and up, and we hold the stretching 5 seconds. Then we reduce the tension on the leg, and now we do again. We push first down to the mat and up to the shoulder a bit harder, and we hold 5 seconds. And then we reduce the tension, and the third time we even do harder. We push, we straighten the leg, and we hold 5 seconds. And then we reduce the tension on the leg, and now we still leave the leg in 90 degrees. We sit a bit behind, and the foot that was pushing gets below and stays there to support. And the inside foot, with the soft tissue of the foot, we want to apply pressure to this tissue we just stretch, starting near the knee joint. So we apply pressure in, hard pressure, and we hold 5 seconds. Then we get to the middle, we press in, and we hold, deep pressure in, 5 seconds. Then we get to below the joint, we press in, and we hold. Then we get back to 2, and then we get back to 1. We do the pressure 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, deep pressure 5 seconds. Then we get the feet on the area, and we do use the feet now to walk on this area of the hamstring up from the knee joint to the upper part of the leg, and then we get back to the knee joint. We leave foot on the mat, and then we go up into the knee. So we change our position into the knee position. We lock on the top of the foot with our knees, and now we want to work on the upper part of the quadriceps. So we want to use the heel of the hand to apply pressure at 4 fingers from the knee on the upper leg. At the level of the bone, we apply pressure in, and under the pressure we do a movement like a circle. Then we get to the middle, we apply pressure in, and then we do a circle under the pressure. Then we get to the top of the leg, we apply pressure in, and then a circle under the pressure, back to 2, and then back to 1. Then we want to use the thumbs, we call it ice picking, fingers still interlock, and now we apply the pressure a bit below level, a bit below the level of the bone, and we just apply pressure in, and we hold 5 seconds. Then we get to the middle, with the thumb we apply pressure in, and we hold. Then we get to the top of the leg, then we get back to the middle, and then we get back to this starting point, 3 or 4 fingers from the knee joint, and then we relax. Now we use the fingertip on the center line behind the calf, starting at the head of the calf, and we want to hook and pull backwards. We pull the whole leg back, deep pulling, then we get a bit below and we pull back, hooking with the fingertip the center line behind the calf. Then we get a bit below to the Achilles tendon. Then we get back up to the center of the calf, and then 1, we get to the head of the calf and we pull back, deep pulling back. Now we want to interlock fingers, and you use the heel of the hand to compress. So we press the tissue of the calf, and then we push forward under the pressure. So we interlock fingers, we press to the calf muscle tissue, and then we push out of the bone. So first we do at the head of the calf, then we get to the middle, press and push, then we get to the Achilles tendon, press and push, then we get back to the middle, and then we get back to the head of the calf, and we relax. Now we need to push with the outside hand the knee forward, so we push the knee, and then with the same side leg we need to go up into half knee. So here the leg is 90 degrees, here is also 90 degrees. The foot is at the side of the shoulder, at the side of the hip, and now we want to do like that. This foot of your partner at your groin, hand at the knee, and the inside hand is here to the leg on the mat to support 10%. 90% we push the knee to the center chest from the groin. So we push with the groin on the foot, the knee to the center chest. Then we reduce the tension. We go again, we push and we hold. Then we reduce the tension on the leg. And then we go again, we push, knee to the sternum, knee to the center chest, and then we reduce the tension. Now the hand of the knee gets behind the knee, and with this hand we're going to push the foot to the center chest. The inside hand cups the heel from behind. So with the outside hand we push the knee to the center chest, and the inside hand push the foot to the opposite shoulder. So we do a kind of little twist on the hip, and then we reduce the tension on the leg. We go again, push and push, we hold and then release, and then we go again, we push knee to chest, and then we push the foot to the opposite shoulder. So when you finish 3 times, this knee up now gets down, and the knee down gets up. So we need to rotate to our partner, so we get 1 knee down, 1 knee up, and then we lift the leg straight in the top of our leg. Outside hand cups the heel, and the forearm at the level of the toes will push the toes forward. You can support in here only 10%, and then we press with the forearm on the toes 90%. So we do 3 times, 5 seconds, and then we hold, deep pressure to the toes, and after we change the knees again. So the knee up gets down, the knee down gets up, and now we place 1 hand on the top of the knee, 1 hand on the top of the foot, and we press 50-50, knee to chest, foot to back, 3 times, 5 seconds, and then last time, push and push, knee to chest, foot to back, and then we reduce the tension on the leg, we lean leg down to the mat, and we shake from behind the knee. Now we need to go back to the center, because we need to do the other leg, everything we did, step by step. So we first bend the leg, we move ourselves on front of the knee, hands on butterfly, and we go forward with the same as we did in one leg, we do to the other leg. Butterfly hand, palm press, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. After the palm press, we open the leg 90 degrees and we sit in the middle, and then we lock with hand on the foot, leg on the top of the leg of your partner, and then you push the foot up from behind the knee. The foot push behind the knee, and the knee goes down to the mat and up to the shoulder. So we will repeat 3 times. 2, and then 3. After the 3rd time, we reduce the tension on the leg. We can sit a bit behind, and the foot that was pushing now gets below, and the inside foot apply pressure in to the tissue we just stretched, the tissue of the hamstring. 5 second deep pressure to the 3 steps of the hamstring, going to the tendons here nearby the ischios, and then back to the center, and then back to the tendons that cross the knee joint. And after 5 seconds, we want to now do the walking with the feet, the area we just press up and down. Then we lift foot on the mat, we go up into the knees, and then we raise the leg up. We lock with the knees on the top of the foot, interlock fingers, and work with the heel of your hands. 4 fingers from the knee, we apply pressure in, and then we do a circle under pressure. 2, press in, and a circle under pressure. 3, then we get back to 2, and then we get back to 1. You give pressure in, and then we do a circle under the pressure, and then we do the ice picking. So we want to press down, pressure in and below the level of the bone, and then we get to the middle, we apply pressure in, then we get to the top, back to the middle, and back to the starting point. The pressure is in, and we hold deep pressure 5 seconds. Then we relax. Now we use the fingertip to the center line behind the calf, and then we pull back, hooking the center line behind. And then we do 3 steps going down. First step is at the head of the calf. Second step is at the middle of the calf. Third step is above the Achilles tendon. And then we get back. 2 and 1. And the same steps we want to do with the nutcracker on the calf. So we want to press and push the tissue out of the bone. So we want to get here, we apply pressure in, and then we push out of the bone. 2 in the middle. 3 above the Achilles tendon. Back to 2 to the middle. And 1 to the head of the calf. And after that we relax. We use the outside hand to push the knee, leg into 90, and then we go up into half knee the same. Foot is at the hip, outside hand on the knee. The foot of your partner is at your groin, and the inside hand on the quadriceps to lock leg 10. And we push with the groin on the foot, the knee to the sternum, and we hold 5 seconds. Then we reduce the tension. Slowly, please, this exercise. We want to do slowly, deep, and we hold and release. And we repeat again. Slowly pushing knee to chest, and then release. Then the hand of the knee gets behind the knee, and the inside hand gets here, cupped to the heel. So outside hand, push the knee to the center chest, and the inside hand push the foot to the opposite shoulder direction, and we reduce the tension, and we go again. The leg cross totally the body of your partner, and we go down here to the opposite shoulder, and then we go again. We push, and we push, and we hold 5 seconds deep. Now we reduce the tension on the leg, and the leg that is up gets down, the knee up gets down, and the knee down gets up. And we leave the leg of our partner straight at 45-degree angle from the mat. Hand, outside hand cups the heel. Forearm push on the toes to stretch the calf. 5 seconds hard, 3 times. And then 3. After the stretching of the calf, we change the knees again. So the knee up gets down, the knee down gets up. And now we push knee to chest, foot to butt 3 times, 5 seconds. 2 and 3. And after the 3rd time, we leave the leg down and we shake to relax. And then we do the next step, prone position, PTO. Please turn over to the chest. So we place them in a prone position. They lean on the chest, on the mat, the feet open, you on the knees between the feet. And now we start with heel of the hand to press on the sole. We do 3 steps on each foot. We press 3 times on each foot, and after the 3rd time on the foot, we go up on the calf and we do palm press 3 steps from the Achilles tendon to 3 fingers below the knee, and then we jump to 3 fingers above the knee. And then we do 3 steps walking to the crease of the butt. And then we get down all the way. 2 steps back to 3 fingers above the knee. We jump. We never press behind the knee. And then we do a walking 3 steps down to the Achilles and to the feet. The next is about the thumb pressing on the level of the Achilles tendon. So we need to use the thumbs at Achilles tendon, fingers behind, fingers here on the side of the leg, And now we use fingers to support 10% and we use the thumb to press, walking one leg at a time, 90%. And the step is very short step, like a centimeter, distance, all the way up until 3 fingers below the knee. And then we jump to 3 fingers above the knee. And now we do the pressure down to the center line, all the way until the crease of the butt, below the butt, until here, below the butt. And then after we go down, the pressure is at the center line of the hamstring, all the way down until 3 fingers above the knee. And then we jump to 3 fingers below the knee. And then we continue the acupressure along the center line, top of the calf, all the way until the Achilles tendon. When you reach the Achilles tendon, then we repeat again the palm press, 3 steps, the calf, all the way up until 3 fingers below the knee. Then we jump to 3 fingers above the knee. And then we go up all the way until the crease of the butt. So here we change position one more time. So we go with one knee out on one side and half knee out on the other side. And we go a jump from here, the crease of the butt, until the low back. So at the back, we never press the spine. We never do that. We want to press beside the spine. And we never press the hips also. We want to press beside the hip bone. So you place hands on butterfly and you press beside the spine and above beside the hip. 5-second pressure, down. Then we get to the middle and we apply pressure with palm press butterfly beside the spine. Then we get to below scapula and we press down. And then we get to the top scapula bone and we apply pressure down with body weight. And then we do a walking all the way beside the spine down to the low back. So we do a palm press walking down. So when you reach at the low back, we want to press again on the low back to stretch thoracolumbar aponeurosis. Now we want to use the thumbs to apply the pressure beside the bone of the spine. So we start at the top of the sacrum and we want to apply deep pressure down very close to the bone of the spine, beside the bone of the spine, on both sides of the spine. So we want to use the thumbs to press pressure down beside the bone of the spine, going short steps together, both sides, going from lumbar 4 until thoracic 1, until the level of the shoulder, the line of the shoulder. So you want to press down with the ball of the thumbs, not the tip of the thumbs. And when you reach on the level of the shoulder, then we do a thumb press walking down, all the way, short steps, down beside the bone. Still we do deep pressure because it's all about the stimulation to this tissue that helps to attach the bones, the muscles to the bones here, no? And then when you reach on the sacrum, we want to get hands on butterfly. And now look, we want to apply the weight on the low back, and then we do a change to the 4th position here. We get the feet inside between the legs. The knees will be at below the butt in the center top of the leg. So we are knees below the butt. And now we get the feet. If you can, you never know, you can place the feet on the calf, on the top flat. And in this position, we will apply more pressure to the ischial tendons. And now we use the palms to press on the back, the same 4 steps we did before. We do 4 steps, the pressure with butterfly hand on the back until the scapulas. And from the scapulas, we can do a palm press walking out until the deltoid muscle, the muscle of the shoulder. And then we go all the way walking 3 or 4 steps on the upper arm until the elbow joint. Then we don't press the elbow. We want to jump to the lower arm tissue and we do a palm press 3 or 4 steps down until the line of the wrist. And then when you are on the line of the wrist, you need to be out with the foot out of the calf, back to the mat, the knees still on the crease of the butt, and you get the wrist of your partner also gets your wrist, and then you go up into Cobra. So you pull up, pull in hard, if possible, slowly, and then we go down. The second time we go only 50% of what we did the first time up, only halfway, and then we pull one arm, one side, we hold 5 seconds hard, then we pull the other arm, and then finally from the center we go up again with hard, and then we go down. And then we place the arms down and we reverse the palm press walking 3 steps on the lower arm until the elbow. Then we jump on the elbow, we palm press 3 steps on the upper arm until the shoulder. Then we go in to the part beside the spine, and then we go down beside the spine, pressure down to the tissue. And then when you reach on the hip, we want to push up the tissue that attaches to the hip, the tissue of the low back, and then we go down with the knees between the legs, and we continue the pressure down on behind the legs, 3 steps on the upper leg, 3 steps on the lower leg, and then we end on the feet. And now we want to use the knuckles to walk with the bones of the knuckles in this area of the sole, 3 steps on each foot. And then we change position. PTO, please turn over. And we do the next step. So the next is that we place the legs together, we pull a bit backwards from the heels, and then we go up with legs straight. Here we bend the knees and we place this position lotus below your knees. We get the wrist, we pull them up, and we can push and pull a bit before we let them into sitting position. And now we do this. We want to use the heel of the hand to press at 4 fingers above the collarbone and only 2/3 of the shoulder. So we want to start at the nearby the neck beside C7, and we apply pressure down at both sides of the shoulder at the time. And then we go 0.5 centimeter out to do the second time pressure, and the same the third time, maximum 2/3 of the shoulder, and then we get back to 2, and we get back to 1. So this is pressure to the shoulder at 4 fingers beside collarbone. And now we're going to do the thumbs. So make sure that the thumbs, please, the thumb should never be close to the collarbone. The pressure is at 4 fingers beside above. So we place the thumbs at the corner between neck and shoulder, at 4 fingers above beside the collarbone, and then we apply pressure down. So only make sure that the pressure down is at the distance 4 fingers beside the collarbone, and then we do the 3 steps are also located at 2/3 of the shoulder. So if this is the shoulder, 2/3 of the shoulder is this. So the 3 points are on this distance, that is the distance 2/3 of the shoulder. And then we use the palm press again, down pressure, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, very close, every point, and then we press down. Yes. When you finish, we go down and we massage the shoulders many times. And now we push the head down of our partner to look down. We need to push the head a bit down, not too fast and hard, please. We just do that to stretch the muscle tissue here. And now we want to use the ice picking. So this ice picking is a pressure that we do beside the cervical. So you just need to go with your thumbs beside the cervicals, just close to the cervical, and then we apply a bit of pressure into the cervical, and we follow these lines beside the cervicals with pressure into the cervical, 4 or 5 steps until you reach on the area of the skull, the bone of the head, and then once in here, you go down. So remember, we never press the muscle of the neck FCM. We never do that. we only press the tissue beside the cervical. So this tissue you find at one finger beside the bone cervical. So just be aware, please. And then we do that going up 4 or 5 steps, down 4 or 5 steps, and then up again 4 or 5 steps until we reach below the scalp. We place the head up, and then we end with head massage. With the fingertip, you can do like shampoo. And then after the shampoo, we will end with the chop. So hands together, fingers open, and we impact to the tissue with a small finger. So we hear like chop, chop, chop. Shoulder beside the scapula and the spine, and then the other side. Then after we do circles to relax, and then we rush. Na-a, na-wa, roka, hayati, minasanti.
So, I hope you feel as good as I do today. Well, you cannot see me in the camera, but I'm talking here. So, as long as you can see my hands. So we're going to change. So my feet or my knees are in between the feet of my partner. I have my hands in front of me, and you cannot see that, but I'm closing my eyes to just relax a bit and focus on giving a good massage. Now open your eyes, warm your hands, place your hands above your partner's feet, and we press next to the ankle and we roll open with the sole of the hands. We go to the middle and we roll open with the heel of the hands. And we go on the toes, we press and roll open. We go back to the middle, we press and we roll open. We go next to the ankle, we press and we roll open. So now we do the same one by one. One side, other side, middle of the foot, the toes, back to the middle, and the beginning, So we go to the calf muscle. So the pinky fingers touching the bone. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And then the knees. Press with the fingers on the top, heel of the hand below, and we circle the knees. Now we go up with our body weight. Press above the knee, other side. We go up in 3 steps. At the end you open a little bit your hands, and we go down same way. And we stop near the knees. Never press on the knee. We sit down, fingers above the patella on the kneecap, heel of the hand below. You press with the fingers and the heel of the hand. We will never press on the kneecap. Make circles. Now we go on the calf muscle. Pinky finger touches the shin bone, so we don't press on the shin. 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. You can even press on the heel if you like. And then we go to the feet. So you press on one side, other side. We press with the heel of the hand, middle of the foot. We rotate open. We want to make the feet more flexible. And then the toes roll open. Go back to the middle, and the beginning. And then we do press and rotate. Middle of the feet, press, rotate. The toes, press, rotate. We go back to the middle, press, and the beginning. Yes. So now we're going to work with the thumbs. So you don't press with the top of the thumb, but you press with the ball. So we try to find the sole of the feet. We find over the ball. We don't press the ball of the foot, and we just press together. Thumb one side and thumb on the other side. We just lean in. You can press many times. I change my thumbs. Just try to go anywhere on the sole of the foot. So I'm going to press about 6 times, but it doesn't really matter how many times you press. And every time I press on a different part on the sole of the foot, just to distribute all the pressure. And then we do again palm press walking. One side, other side, middle foot, the toes, back to middle and middle, and beginning, and beginning. Now we place the feet towards the ceiling. The top is looking at the ceiling. Now we go thumbs inside, fingers outside, hands near the ankle, and you press the feet down. The sole of the feet are going down towards mat. 1. We go to the middle. We press down. The sole of the feet are going down towards the mat. 2. And then 3. Lean in the toes, and try to make your client more flexible. Go back to the middle, leaning in on the top of the feet, and back next to the ankle. So, we'll open again the foot, and we palm press walking. Middle, middle, toes, toes, and back. Now we're going to work one leg at a time. So, near my right hand is his left leg, and I'm just pressing the foot towards the knee and the knee into 45 degrees. I'm going to be sitting behind the knee. I'm going to place my hands in butterfly position. So one hand on one side, one hand on the other side, inside thigh, and you lean in. 1 and 2, 3, a little bit higher, and we go back to 2, and just above the knee. We don't want to press on the knee. Now we're going to sit on our butt and we press the knee out. So now the knee is into 90 degrees. I'm going to sit on my butt next to the straight leg. One knee is on his knee. My hands, both hands, are going to be on the feet. My foot is in the corner of the knee, and I'm just pressing open. Increase the flexibility on the hip. Pull back the foot. We do it 3 times. Place the foot forward. So look, my toes are here behind the knee. Go back, and the 3rd time. Go forward, place the knee until the armpit, or towards the armpit, depends the flexibility. So now we keep the knee in 90 degrees. So we're going to place our foot underneath, and the toes are pointing towards me. Now my knee is straight. My other foot is going to do the work. Both hands still on the feet, and I'm pressing on the hamstring. Really strong pressure on the hamstring, and with the other foot towards me. Now go to the middle of the hamstring and we press. Try to increase blood circulation there, and the end of the hamstring, and we press quite strong. Yeah, big muscle can have a lot of pressure. Go back to the middle of the hamstring and the beginning of the hamstring. Now we have done a lot of pressure. We're gonna walk with the feet. The feet that is here, it's going to be back behind. Now my 2 feet are on the hamstring, and I'm just going to walk. 1 by 1, slowly, not a lot of pressure, just medium pressure, walking up and down. Once we've done that, I'm going to leave the client as they are, and I'm going to sit on my knees. Place the foot inward, so this is 45 degrees. 1 hand under the knee, 1 hand on the heel, and place the knee up. My knees are on the top of his foot. Now I'm going to interlace my hands, placing them here above the knee, not on the knee, above the knee. I press in and I make a circle while you are pressing. We go to the middle, we press, we make a circle while we're pressing. We go to the end and make a circle. Go back to the middle and the beginning. Now we leave the hands interlaced, but we're going to work with the thumbs. So you press here on the side and you lean in a bit with the thumbs. We go to the middle, you press towards each other, the thumbs. It's quite strong pressure, can be quite sensitive. We go to number 3, end of the leg, go back to 2. Thumbs are pressing towards each other, quite strong, and just 4 fingers from the knee. To relax, we just do freestyle massage. Now we're going to work on the calf. So we have to cup our hands like that, cup the hands behind the calf. We start up near the knee, so behind the calf, and leaning backwards 1. I go to the middle and I'm leaning backwards for 2. Then on the Achilles tendon for 3. Go back to the middle of the calf, lean back, and just under the knee, still on the calf. Now I'm going to interlace my hands again. Now, behind the calf under the knee, I'm just squeezing the calf and I go forward while I'm squeezing. So we go to the middle of the calf and go forward. So you want to make the muscle more loose from the bone. So we go below, in the middle. We squeeze the muscle between our heel of the hands and we go forward while squeezing and just under the knee. Relax a bit. Now, left hand is on the knee. The foot is going to be in my groin. Now my foot is going to be stick to the hip. And the knee is next to the knee of my partner. Okay? I'm holding the knee and this hand is going to be half on the straight leg. Only 10% leaning on the hand on the straight leg and 90% forward. 1. And back. Same position, just lean forward. 2. We do 3 times, the same. And back. And then 3. And back. Now the hand that's on the knee goes to the hamstring. The hand that's on the straight leg is going to cup the heel. Yeah? So you press forward and then you cup the heel and you go towards the opposite shoulder. 1. Now 2, the same, and you cup the heel. Yes? And 3. 3 times the same. Try to straighten the leg to the opposite shoulder. Now I'm going to place my knee down, my other knee up, and the client's leg is going to be straight. So you cannot see very well. I'm going to try to show you. I'm going to cup my arm and his foot will be in my hand, like that. Yeah? The big toe is going to be over here, so I'm going to press here. So now we have the hand in the middle of the leg and we lean in on the big toe. All your pressure is on the big toe. 3 times. 2, stretch the Achilles tendon. And 3. 3 times. Now we're going to place the knee to the chest. I'm going to change my position again. This is called the Tai Chi. And then this hand is going to be on top of the foot. So it's 50 towards the rest and 50 towards the butt. So it's called knee to chest, foot to butt. 1. Other time. 2. Third time. And then we place our hand under the knee. We don't want to overstretch the knee. We place the leg down. And with this hand, you're going to be wiggle, 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 and palm circle. Now we're going to be on the other leg. So the foot is going to be stick to the knee. I'm going to change my position. So my belly button is above the knee. Hands in butterfly position. And we place our body up to lean in. 1. And we go to the middle. We lean in. We go to the end. We lean in. We go back to the middle. And to the beginning. Lean in. So now we're going to be with the foot like that. And then hands on the feet. And we're just pressing forward. 1. And pull back. 2. And pull back. 3. And pull back. Now my foot is going to go underneath and I'm pressing with the other sole of the foot, the right leg, in the hamstring quite strong. 3 times up. So the middle and the end of the hamstring quite strong. Go back to the middle and go to the beginning. Quite strong pressure. Now the foot that was behind the leg goes back to the hamstring and we just press with the feet up and down the leg. We keep our partner as they are. We're going to be on our knees and we place the foot a little bit inwards. Right hand on the heel, left hand under the knee. Place the leg up. My knees are going to be on top of the foot. My hands are going to be interlaced. And then I'm not starting on the knee, but a little bit below. And I squeeze, make a circle. Squeeze, make a circle of 2, 3. Squeeze, make a circle. Go back to 2. And 1. Now we have the hands interlaced. We do the same. Press. and press. And 3, press quite strong, quite strong. This can be very sensitive, so the best is to breathe out when the masseur is pressing. And then the beginning. And then we just relax. Now we're going to work on the calf. So the hands are going to be like cupping just below the knee, under the knee, on the calf. We lean back, the middle, and then on the Achilles, go back to the middle, and above. Now, we interlace the hands again, and then we squeeze and go forward. So, I'm going to do it. I squeeze the heel of the hands together and get the calf and try to go forward. I go to the middle, I squeeze the heel of the hands together, get the calf and go forward. And then we do below the same. Go to the middle, squeeze the heel of the hand together and just on the knee on top of the calf. Or relax a bit. The calf, knee forward, foot on my groin, and this foot is really stick to the hip of my client. And then one hand on the knee, other hand here, and this knee is on the same direction. And now we go forward. So this is only 10%, 90 forward. 1. Go back. We do 3 times. 2. Go back. And 3. 1, 2, 3 only. Now, the hand that was on the knee goes to the hamstring. The hand from the straight leg cups the heel. Yeah? Cups the heel. So we lean in on the hamstring and we go forward. You see now how I cup the heel. And the second, press and lean forward, cupping the heel to the opposite shoulder. And the third, press and go forward. Now we're going to stretch the Achilles tendon. You have the knee down, other knee up, place the leg straight, and then grab your hand in the heel, and then place the toes underneath. I show you so you can see it like that. Yeah? And then I put it on my knee and I lean in. 1. And the second, 2. And 3. Yeah? Now we have the knee to the chest, the foot to the butt. We change our position. 1. 50-50. 2. And 3. Now we place this leg straight on the floor, have one hand under the knee. We never want to overshoot the knee. Other hand on the foot, wiggle the knee and palm circle. And now we go on the stomach. So the partner goes on his or her stomach and we will be sitting again in between the knees. In between our knees. Knees are going to be in between the ankles of our partner. And we palm press on the feet. We palm press on the feet. And then we're going to be on the calf. Fingers towards the face of the customer. And 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. We never press on the knee, so we skip the knee. We can go up with the body weight. 1, 2, 2 middle, end of the leg on the sitting bone. We go back. 2, 2, above the knee, never on the knee, and we skip the knee, we sit down, and we walk down in 3 steps down on the calf. Now, we are going to work with the thumbs, so not the tip, but the ball of the thumb. You feel where the Achilles tendon is, and then you just walk with your thumbs in some pressure on an imaginary line from Achilles tendon to sitting bone in the middle of the calf, all the way up. So it's like a couple of centimeters in between your thumbs. So I'm doing like 5 or 6 points. Then I have the knee, never step on the knee. So we skip the knee and then we walk again a couple of steps. I do about 5 until you have the sitting bone. And then we go down. So it's really leaning in a lot. It's like you're crawling a bit. And then we never press on the back of the knee. So we skip, we sit again on our butt. And then we go down over the calf. And when we're down, we're going to do palm press again. Palm press up, skipping the knee. Palm press up, skipping the knee, all the way up. 3 steps. And when we're up, we're going to change position. One knee on one side, one foot on the other side. And we're going to make a butterfly near the spine. So you feel where the spine is, one hand on one side, one hand on the other side. We never want to press on the spine. So you lean in, 1. Then we go up, 2, and 3. And the 4th is on the scapula. And you lean in with your body weight, and we palm press walking down. Never press the spine, never press the spine. And then we're going to do the thumbs. So we work again with the thumbs, the ball of the thumb. So we feel where the spine is, really close to the spine, never on the spine. We lean in and we jump up. You can change your body weight so your shoulders are always above your wrist. Be sure you never press the spine. All the way up. All the way up. And it's nice when your partner breathes out when you press. It's easier, yeah? And then to hold the breath. I hear a crack, that's okay. Until the top corner of the scapula. We never press the neck. And then we walk back with the thumbs. Still pressure. Never on the spine. All the way down. Now we place our hands into butterfly position. This again. And then we place our feet up. Knees here, feet on top if you're not gonna fall, and then you just walk up, walk up, walk up, and then we walk over the arms. So if your partner's arms are not down, you press them down, and we never press the elbows. So 3 steps on the upper arm, skip the elbows, and walk down on the wrist, stretch the hands, super nice. Now we place our feet down and we're going to grab each other's wrist, and then we pull up 1 time and down. 2nd time we pull halfway only, press one side and pull the other side, and then 1 time up and slowly down. Don't let your partner fall. Bend the arms a bit, hands on hands. Stretch the hands when you place your feet back again. And then we walk over the wrist, middle end of the lower arm. Skip the elbows, walk 3 steps on the upper arm. And then we walk down the back. Never press the spine, never press the spine. Then butterfly, lower back. Take your feet down again. Skip the butt and walk down in 3 steps on the upper leg. Skip the knees, press the calves. And then we're going to work with the knuckles. So you place the knuckles on the sole of the feet. One side, other side. And then you ask your partner to turn on the back. Turn on the back. So now we stand up, we pull the legs a bit, we stand up, and then we bend the legs, cross-legged under my knees, hold each other's wrist, bend your knees a lot, and place your client to sit. So, yeah, go a little bit backwards, please. Yes, otherwise they cannot see you. So now we place the hands on the trapezius. 1. And then 2, a little bit wider. So you never want to press near here, right? This is the collarbone. 4 fingers from the collarbone. Really back. Fingers back. 3, not more than 2/3, because this is already the shoulder. Then we go back. 2 and 1. And then we do with the thumbs. 1, 2, 3, not on the bone of the shoulder, 2, and 1. And we press again. So, after that, we're going to sit half kneel behind your partner. So, you kneel, half kneel behind the partner, and you massage. Trapezius muscle. Then we're going to work on the neck. So the neck of your client goes down nicely. And then we're going to work with the thumbs again. So here is the vertebrae. Yeah, here are the vertebrae. So we want to be very close to the vertebrae. Never here, close to the vertebrae. So we place the thumbs here and you press close to the vertebrae. 1, 2, 3. So you can do 4 or 5 steps, depends how tall neck your client has. Then you go back down. Don't press the head down, just press on 2 thumbs next to the vertebrae. Down, you start at the C7, you go up again, slowly and deep. And then when we're all the way up until the skull, that's when you place your partner up and you give a nice shampoo all the way over the head. Nice shampoo everywhere. And then we're gonna do the chop. So the chop is, the fingers are wide, the wrist is relaxed, and you press with the pinky fingers. So you start near the neck, you go out, in, and then halfway next to the scapula and in between the scapula and the vertebrae. You go the other side, the same, out, in, down, only next to the scapula and up. And then you brush in and out on both sides at the same time. And then you do a mantra. That's what we do 5 times. Na a, na wa, oka, payati, fina santi, with a beautiful meaning that has. Kapkuka. Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you too. So, you only see half of our faces. We have to go like this, go down.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yes, like that. So the camera is a bit low. So go down, otherwise they cannot see us.
It's okay.
So, but yeah, so we hope.
No matter, eh? I don't think it matters.
Well, it's nice that if they see us, no?
Okay.
The camera went down a bit. But I hope you felt as good as we do.
Mm-hmm.
You feel good?
Yeah, I feel amazing.
So
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
So anyway, we will be there next week again.
Mm-hmm.
So join our challenge to every Sunday at 8 o'clock Amsterdam time. It's time for massage.
Yeah, time for massage, correct.
Okay.
Yes.
So thank you for watching and hope to see you next week. And then we can see you. Sawadee ka!
Wake up.